My name is Vinoo Kher or VG Kher. I am working as Professor of Physics in the Institute of Science at present. I met Baba in about 1952, but even before meeting him, I had already read his literature and known quite a bit about him through my brother, Nana Kher. I used to read the books and I got interested in him through those books mainly. And hence I wrote a letter to Baba for seeking his permission for darshan. And after a long time, about 6 months or so, an opportunity came to me when Baba permitted me to have his darshan at Meherabad in about 1952. When I first met Baba, it was not any peculiar experience as people might imagine that I got. Only I felt love for him. That was all. And I have been attending since that time all the programs arranged for his darshan or in connection with his work. I attended both his Sahwas programs and also other programs for which a public darshan was announced. Many times we used to go to Guru Prasad, the place where Baba used to go during summer vacation. And there we had an opportunity of meeting him and sitting with him, having his sahwas for a long time. And during such times, he used to ask at times some questions, because generally he had given us an idea that we should not ask any questions to him. So on my own, I never asked any question to him. But whenever questions came from him, then alone I said something or asked him something. So on one such occasion in Guru Prasad, I had just come from Nagpur, just arrived there. Baba was very happy and he was looking glorious. As I was sitting before Baba, Baba asked me one question. He said, "Vinoo, you are a professor of physics, you are a scientist. So I would like to know an answer to a question from you." And the question is, he said, that these days, all over the world, and in our own country also, there is a great propaganda about family planning. So many family planning programs are there. And in spite of this, Baba asked me, why is it that the population of the world is exploding? So this was the question he put me. I said, this question I cannot answer. It's very difficult for me. Then Baba had to tell me, wanted something to tell to me, and therefore he put this question. So he told me that this explosion of population that is taking place is due to something which is inevitable with the advent of an avatar. He told us that just as we have this world in which the evolution has come up to the human stage, there are 18,000 other worlds nearly where they are like our earth, where the evolution has come up to the human stage. There are other worlds also where the evolution might have come up to the, say, animal kingdom or up to the vegetable kingdom only. There are millions of such worlds, but there are 18,000 worlds in which the human beings have been developed or evolved. And all those human beings, at the time of the avatar, avataric time is such that it's a springtime, like a springtime, where at the time of the spring, everything comes up, all the vegetable, everything becomes green, the scenery changes. So it's a springtime for the human beings all over the universe, not only in this world, all over the universe. And therefore, all those souls who want to take their who want to come out to this earth where Avatar has taken his presence, come here, they want to take their birth here on this world, and therefore there is a population explosion. Not only he told us this, he told this that this population explosion is something which cannot be avoided because of this attraction of the avatar for all the souls in the universe. And he also in addition told us that the different worlds that there are, some of them are so much scientifically developed, even much beyond what we have developed here on this earth, so that there is no need for the people there to communicate their thoughts through speech. They can talk without speech, like that. So he gave a number of such things regarding the world around us. Then he asked me, see, whether you want to ask any question to me, because I never wanted to ask question, but at that moment one question struck me, and I said, Baba, what is mind? Because I did not know what exactly is meant by mind, so I asked him this. So Baba told that mind is the junction between the inner and the outer world. So that is how he explained, and he also told me gave me some more explanation. I don't remember about it at present. But whole of this episode that I am telling you has come out in the Awakener as well as in other magazines. So I have given only a brief account of it. He used to, whenever we used to go to him in Guru Prasad, he used to ask us firstly regarding how we are doing, whether he used to, particularly to me, he asked me once, whether you have brought your family members, have shown this city of Pune or not. I said, no, there is no time to go around the city and show them the city. Then Baba told me that yes, you take your family members in a bus and which will go around the city and show the city to all your people. So he used to have concern for all of us. Even though we used to go and meet him and stay with him, he used to have concern about everybody else who may not be present there at that time. Another point regarding Baba's Sahvas at Guru Prasad, which I had, is that at times he used to take us around the city. So once he gave me the opportunity of accompanying him in his car around the city for just a evening outing. And we went over the Bund Garden and past this Deccan College. Baba told us, I asked him, what is this college? He told me that this is Deccan College, where he had taken his education, and he still remembers that. So that way he used to take interest in us. Then another point or another episode that I would like to tell is regarding our Dr. C.D. Deshmukh. We used to be there together with Baba in Guru Prasad, and Dr. C.D. Deshmukh was also with us on one day. Then Baba, he was very humorous, as all of you know. He used to cut jokes and have the atmosphere of joviality round. Baba was in a very humorous mood, and what he did was, he asked me and Dr. Deshmukh to have some discussion on philosophy and science, because he said, Dr. Deshmukh is a philosopher and you are a scientist, so we would like that you discuss some problems of philosophy and science in our presence. So Dr. Deshmukh asked me some questions regarding what is energy, how it is produced, etc., that you discuss some problems of philosophy and science in our presence. So Dr. Deshmukh asked me some questions regarding what is energy, how it is produced, etc. And I began to answer, and then question also like that. Some discussion went on for some time. But as we were busy discussing and arguing, Baba just remarked that see how these people are arguing. Like I get reminded of two persons who were arguing like these people. And those two persons, he said, were seen on the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And those two persons were seen by some people. At the top of the tower, there is no passage or there is no staircase to reach the tower. And still those two persons were seen at the top arguing with each other with a loud voice. But the voice could not be heard because the tower is very high and people below could not hear the voice. But they could see their gestures. So it is like these two persons that this Dr. Deshmukh and Vinoo are arguing like this, he said. And then word was sent around that two persons are there and they might fall down. So some rescue operation has to be carried out. And for that, what they did was they sent the fire brigade and other people who are engaged in rescue operations. But all those people could not reach that tower at all for a long time. And these began, in the meantime, their photographs were taken and from those photographs it was found that they were identified as inmates from a lunatic asylum. So this is how he said, from a lunatic asylum. And they were, with great difficulty, they could be removed from that place safely. So what Baba wanted to point out was, this discussion that we were carrying on was as foolish as the discussion of those inmates of the lunatic asylum. So he said, this is all how people discuss things in the world, they discuss things which has no importance at all. So that is what he wanted to draw our attention to. Then there are certain incidents which are not at all of great importance. What is of most great importance with Baba is the love that he transmits to us. And it is through that only that one can understand him or know him. And no other incident or anecdote is of any value, at least for me, other than this love which he gives to us without our asking for it. Because he is love, he gives us that insight. I think I will stop here now. Baba had come to Amravati on Dr. Deshmukh's invitation. Myself as well as Dr. Deshmukh were in the Vidarbha Mahavidyalaya, a college, postgraduate college in Amravati. And both of us had our bungalows or residence places, residence at near the college campus, in the college campus itself. And Baba was staying in Dr. Deshmukh's bungalow, and Baba's Mandali, that is all the people who accompany him, generally about 20 or 30 people, all of them were staying in my bungalow. Then I wanted to invite Baba for meals on one day. So I asked him whether he would come to our residence for meals on one day. Baba very kindly agreed. And then he agreed to come, say, at about 11:30 in the afternoon for meals. And in the morning, we went along with Baba to a nearby village, because there was a must there in that village, or a saintly person, who was very old and infirm and could not come to Baba. So he had expressed a wish that Baba should come and give his darshan to him. So we went there along with Baba in a bus. In that place, the place was a very small village. All the villagers also gathered as soon as our bus arrived, and Baba went there. But as soon as Baba entered the hut of the saint, he came, though he was infirm, he wanted to bow down to Baba, but Baba did not allow him to bow down, and he himself bowed down to the saint. Then the saint said, there is one shlok in Gita, he uttered that shlok, Ida ida hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhithanam adharmasya tadatmanam sridhamyam. So you are the same ancient one who has come as avatar. That is what he told to Baba. But and I would like to serve you, but since you want to serve me or bow down to me, I cannot do anything but allow you to do it. Then after that visit at that place, which was near about Amravati, we came back a few miles, and it was about 11:15 or 11:30 by the time we returned. And then Baba suddenly asked me, Vinu, I am very hungry. Is your meal ready? I was all the time with him, so I had no idea that he would ask me this question, because I had no idea whether the meal is ready or not. So I said, Baba, I don't know. I will have to find out. No, said he, I am very hungry. Then I went to my home, because he was staying with Dr. Deshmukh, and my residence was very near, say, about 2 minutes walk. So I went there and then found out, and then we took him. So that incident shows, you see, how he used to touch our heart, you see, by merely asking this simple question, that I am hungry, whether the meal is ready, you see. Then during the meal time, we had a neighbor, by merely asking this simple question, that I am hungry, whether the meal is ready, you see. Then during the meal time, we had a neighbor in our house who also wanted to see how Baba takes the food. But unfortunately, Baba, as Erech was with us at that time with Baba, Erech told that Baba doesn't take meal in the presence of all people. What he does is, he takes his food when the door is closed and only Erech or 1 or 2 people are there, particularly. So I said to say, how is it that he takes the meal only in the presence of Erech or 1 or 2 people? Why not along with all of us? So he said, you see, this peculiar habit Baba has developed because of the women Mandali in Meher. You see, you know that there is one, something like Drushta Lagne, that is, people say while taking their, suppose small children are there or little children are there, and they are taking their food, then the mothers are very much afraid that people would look at their children, lovely children, and then their bad sight would affect them. So this is called Drushta Lagne in our side, in our language. So this way, see, the women Mandali at Meherabad, they thought that Baba, if he takes food in the presence of all, it would mean that people would get, their bad side would be will affect Baba. So that is how he told us that he has taken this particular method of taking the meal with the doors closed. But then our neighbor, who wanted to give some entertainment to Baba, she played on the piano or some such instrument, musical instrument, while the meal was going on. And when the meal was served and Baba had finished it, we found that he had only taken a small portion of the things that were served. And we asked Erech, you see, that how is it that Baba has taken so little? He said that he has taken quite a lot as compared to what he takes usually. So don't think that he has not taken much here. And then the remaining thing we took as his prasad. So this is how he visited Amravati. Then from Amravati he came to Nagpur, that is our home. And here also, all the Mandali in this house, they stayed here in this house. So this is my father's place at Nagpur. So I also came when Baba came here. And the Nagpur, the program at Nagpur went off quite happily. Here there was one, I remember, and sitting around Baba, he used to play with us many times, play a game of cards. Lask was the most favorite game which he used to play with us. And during that game, that party which lost had to go down and rub their noses in the presence of Baba. So this opportunity I had a number of times of playing with him, Larisk, and going down to him Then in the afternoon, when it was tea time or some such, when we were all exhausted, Baba used to personally serve us either sharbat or ice cream or some such thing. And during such serving, giving the ice cream, he used to serve not only once, but second round, third round, fourth round at times was there, till everything was exhausted. So we were looking forward to his serving us these things on those afternoons whenever we used to meet. See, it was not always that he allowed us to visit him in the afternoon in the Guru Prasad. Generally, the darshan programs were in the morning from 9 to 11 or 12, and then in the afternoon, only a few selected people were allowed to visit him. And since we used to come from a long distance from Nagpur to Pune, he used to permit us to come in the afternoon also during our stay, which was for about 4 or 5 days at a time. So we had a great opportunity of sitting around him and just enjoying his presence in Guru Prasad for a number of days on successive years. And it is only after, I think in 1965 or 66, that was the last darshan program at Guru Prasad. And after that, we were all waiting, but the darshan program never came. As you already know, in 69, we had the last darshan program, but without his presence, his physical presence, I mean. So his our remembrances about him at Guru Prasad are extremely sweet, and they are unforgettable. I think that is all.
My name is Vinoo Kher. I first met Baba on, I don't remember the exact date. It was probably 63 or 64, something like that. Well, we were very glad to meet as always, but I had the privilege to meet him for only one time. When I went to him, I bowed down, and as my usual habit was, I bowed down till. When I went to him, I bowed down, and as my usual habit was, I bowed down till the one whom I had
Go down to this.
Begin from the starting. My habit was that when I bowed down to anyone, he should put his fingers on my head. And so I did when I bowed down to Baba. And he was talking to somebody else. And I as much compelled him to, I compelled him to touch his fingers on my head. And everyone laughed. That is all I want to tell.